What's poppin', y'all? Is anybody else noticing the very odd, nearly forced behavior by Fivio Foreign as of late? I know a lot of other stuff's been going on, but this has been at the top of my mind. And this all started with Fivio Foreign tweeting on January 18th, "Yo, academics used to support the F out of me. I don't know where we went wrong or what I said, but I was high for the past 6 years. I'm sober now, and a conversation needs to be had. Hit me." In response to this, I was talking about how, he needs to do something for academics to want to interview him again. After all, Fivio Foreign, all we've really heard from him was streamer beef in the past year, whether that was with Black Boy Max. He spent a lot of time locked up, which nobody cared that he was locked up. And that's not to disrespect Fivio Foreign. I was the one saying, where's the free Fivio Foreign thing? Do you guys even know that Fivio Foreign is locked up? And a lot of people were responding, wait, really? I didn't know that. So that whole situation was going on, and then he was talking about Kai Snap Mafiathon not being invited. That was towards the end of the year. But academics would respond and say, sure, let's get up with an interview. And what I anticipated was that Fivio Foreign was going to talk about this new song that he got with Tori and TJ, which I think he touched on in the interview. And I mentioned that song as well. It's a decent song, but Fivio needed to come harder than that, to be honest. But in the interview, he decides to talk about the F the Streets movement and 21 Savage in particular. Now, Fivio Foreign did sound off on F the Streets. Towards the end of last year, he was also like Boosie and some others, and he didn't specifically call out anybody, but I could understand his perspective, where Fivio Foreign is like, nah, I am the streets, this and that. Granted, how much is it serving Fivio Foreign? Serving him now, considering he's nearing 40. The people that like Fivio Foreign's music, a lot of them that are contributing the most streams, the most ticket sales whenever he does a show, things like that, I don't think they really care that he's heavy on the streets still. But Fivio Foreign, definitely, he's from that. And he decides to go in on a couple of people from Atlanta in this academics interview, and I'm going to play you guys a couple of those clips right now.
I'm just saying, you got to be a real. If you're a real all around the board. If you snitch your act, you bugging, you snitch, I got to cut you off. That's it.
Hey,
I fuck with you though.
I watch. I'm gonna say the thing that gets every street. I've been loving this conversation because it gets every street. Shut up. Here's this, right? Okay, so Young Thug snitch. Exactly. Exactly.
I feel like he's he told. Did he tell?
I'm asking you.
I mean, I didn't follow his case. I know Gunna told them.
You heard the audio. Take my number. I'll tell you anything you want to know. Just do not tell the world I told you.
Then he snitched. If he did that, he snitched.
Okay. You don't have a relationship with him though. If that was your man's, you would have made 50 excuses.
Hell no. I just told you I cut my off because they ratting. I did that already. My that I grew up with every day, all the time.
But here's the difference.
They ain't cutting off because of the opportunity. They're not cutting off because that's not his man's. That's not what they doing. They not cutting off because these is still certain statute and still want that opportunity. That's the reason why they're not cutting off. I don't really care about it. I'm just saying, I just can't say the streets. I don't care what they do over there in the land and none of that shit. I just don't want them. I just can't say the streets.
Why do you think Savage said the streets?
It's just weird. I don't know. It's just weird. Why would you say
was there any New York rappers who said the streets?
You're right. It's not a New York move. You're right. Streets and rapper.
Any? No? So it's an Atlanta thing. Damn.
Some down south shit, man. Country
hey, listen, I told everybody, I think the streets died for Thug. Listen, they'd be like, yo, if we can't get Thug out of this one, we're killing the streets. Fuck it. I was like, that's powerful.
I mean, listen, man. It is what it is, bro.
But at this point, does snitching matter in your eyes? Musically. We're not talking about your homies that maybe yo, man, if I'm around this nigga all the time, it's gonna get me jammed up. I mean, snitch.
Yeah, definitely you can't be around it. But listen, as far as musical, if I'm in the gym and I'm partying and I'm with and they want to play good music and they want to throw gun on and they want to play whatever, I'm not going to say, yo, turn that off. I'm not going to be a Debbie Downer. I'm not tripping like that. I don't really care that much. But I'm just saying, me personally,
you in the strip club gonna walk in and he sent his man to tell a DJ, yo, play that We Getting Tonight record. And he see you and he's like, what up, Fivio?
If Gunna walk in the club,
yeah.
And he say what up? Hold on, wait, let me finish. Wait. And he say what up?
I love these scenarios.
And he say what up, Fivio?
Yeah.
And mama say what up to Gunna? I probably don't say what up to Gunna. You gotta think about it. I'm not with in the industry with me.
Thug walk in the club, man. He say, yo, man, throwing that slime shit
Definitely not saying what up to Thug. I never spoke to Thug. Gunna, at least Gunna I knew. Thug been moving funny. I don't know if he moved funny, but that ain't with me anyway.
They didn't hit you up threatening you because you said that?
What?
Not like him, because he on probation. But like, I know the Atlanta be like, yo, don't ever come back today.
Bugging, man. Nigga, you bugging, bro. I don't know who you thought them was, bro.
For real?
Who you think they are? Who are they to you? Like, who you talking about?
I ain't gonna lie, I feel like
Young
the top
Thug?
street, like how fans perceive street, like, yo, the top, everybody but Dirk said, but Dirk ain't gonna say that. He locked up. I think everybody was looking at like, oh yeah, the street's really speaking now.
Do you think Dirk still f with them?
That's a good question.
Why you think them ain't saying free Dirk? They probably call on the phone, put the money on the phone. My son ain't taking none of that shit. He ain't taking none of that blood money.
No, if I'm Dirk though, and I wonder if, well, I think you and TJ are like real friends, but you probably got some fake rapper friends. I hope you never like, I think Dirk was with them thinking, yo, y'all all like me. Yo, y'all, the same way I give it up, y'all give it up. And then he get locked up, he innocent, but over some street shit. And everybody said, man, f the streets. He like, what? Yo, y'all niggas saying like, yo, I'm not gonna handle it in the streets.
He locked up over some street shit. That's crazy, right? That's how I feel like doing with that drop my flag challenge.
That's New York though. Yeah, that's New York.
Like, I don't know about none of the Atlanta shit, but my personal opinion.
Like Savage is a street. Like Future, I look at him like he a magnet.
What's making you think that Savage is a street?
Okay, and seriously now, the same when you
said streets.
Okay, I think he said that because he loves Thug. Honestly, the same thing you've heard about, or well, not heard. Maybe you just know. All right, the same thing I've heard about Baby when it comes to he be within how they get down. Same thing I've heard about Savage. Same. Nobody play with him. It ain't like that. You know what I mean? Heard the same thing. That's why.
Future's the biggest.
No, well, musically, yeah, of course. He's a Jay-Z of Atlanta. Clearly. I think he's gonna drop 2 albums this year.
Ooh. Why you think 21 Savage is street?
He's just, bruh, stop it.
Street where?
The
Atlanta?
foil, just stop it. Bro.
In Atlanta?
You could only be a street nigga where you from. Like, in Montana, don't know if you're a street nigga.
That's not true. It's not true.
Bro,
if you're a certain type of everywhere, and your name and your arm is going to be able to stretch to certain different parts of the world.
No, it's
different states.
Savage one of them. Honestly, like I'm not saying on some instigating. I'm saying
you
that
instigator.
No, it's not instigating. Because it's really, I feel like I've seen enough, and obviously I don't see a lot of shit, but like the shit that I hit, like I could tell. I've never really been around Baby, but everything I've heard about Baby and how he rolling to get down with, I know how they're going, right? I'm telling you, I hear the same thing. If I was to talk about Atlanta, YSL used to be on that. Baby on that, Savage is on that. Then there's a lot of other people, you know, they always told me Migos was from Gwinnett, which I don't know what that means.
So how come 6ix9ine could diss 21 Savage so much?
Yeah, but he dissed New York too. Like he be dissing New York niggas like he's going out of style.
Nah, but you saying this street nigga don't play with him.
Yeah, but 6ix9ine wouldn't go to Atlanta and like go to, I don't know what club is popping in Atlanta. Just like he wouldn't come to, and I know he's gonna respond when he get out of jail and say I'm lying, but I don't think he would go to Starless and diss you every night for 1 week. No way, right? Like that would be a stretch,
that would
right?
Be crazy.
That would be crazy. Mm-hmm. I don't think he goes to Atlanta and disses, go to any poppin' Atlanta club and disses Savage there. You know what I mean?
This is all cap. You understand? This is cap, bro. Trust me. This is all cap. It's all show. It's all smoke and mirrors. It's cap.
I feel like you know something I don't know, because I'm like, look kind of real to me. I don't know. Like, if you ask me now, I think Thug is living a good probation life, which he should. I've seen the people who I've seen him around, they're great people. But you know one thing I say?
It's not that you're a street dude, but you came up off the streets.
I love street music.
How you feel about that?
What?
That street movement.
I've told this to Savage too. I said, bro, I feel like I said this or you said this because like Young Thug your man and he was going through some shit. I know you a street too, but like,
I'm gonna tell you why they said streets. I'm gonna tell you why.
You just manage your business. Like,
tell you why they said streets.
Why?
Because these put on personas because they had to, and it's not to say that these is straight butt. But when you have to put on persona to survive your circumstances, and you so mad about that persona that you had to put on, and you finally get to the place where I don't have to move like that no more, you're gonna take that opportunity and be like, you know what, I'm as cool enough, and I'm tough enough, and I'm confident enough to say fuck the streets.
Yeah, but I don't think Savage put on. Like, come on.
So why you think he's street? because he was acting like a street.
No, I said I
wanted to act like a
think he
street
said it to take the pressure off Thug, because people were all basically saying, all of y'all who said y'all, it's two options. Yeah, so remember he had said on the interview, he said, "Yo, I'm telling Thug to forgive Gunna because we knew he tweeted this. He said we knew he snitched already and we forgave him." And people like, wait, hold on now, y'all knew he snitched and forgave him, and now y'all still on some other shit. So they're saying
they trying to take the pressure off they self. It ain't about nobody else. They trying to take the pressure off of what they did wrong.
Savage did it, Thug did it.
No, he friending up a rat is wrong. What he did wrong. Not what the other did wrong. It's what he did wrong. I respect Thug
Street
more than
rules
them
a little
niggas.
bit different in Atlanta though.
No, it ain't.
Yeah, it is.
How?
Just like how you can't have a gun out here, but you can have a gun in Atlanta. The street rules get a little bit tricky depending on where you go. Nobody agree with me? It's no way y'all think street rules is the
They
same.
don't know about Atlanta like that.
Atlanta got a little bit different. Like, yo, because even when I listened to the case, it was cool for openly in the streets. Everybody knew when YSL beefing with the other dudes, it was, if you snitch on them, you cool. You can still come back as gang. Don't snitch on us though. So you can snitch on your enemy out there. That's fine.
So looking at Fivio Foreign's, I'm going to try to cut this up because this is like maybe like 10 minutes of conversation where it's talking about 21 Savage, and 21 Savage is Academic's man's. So he's probably looking at Fivio, and you see Fivio's face and you're looking at the guy. Yo, does this guy got an issue with 21 Savage? There's something underlying here. I don't know what it is. And it's far beyond just the hypocrisy that we all feel like, which is, oh, it's F the streets now that Young Thug is out and everyone considers him to be somebody who told. But Academics would tell Fivio during that interview, like, hey man, somebody from Atlanta is going to respond to this. And they have a friendly wager, which I'm going to play you guys that clip right now.
You know how I go around. But what I'm saying is this. If the land go to the club and I'm in the club and they rats, how they be ratting. They never said no crazy shit about Fivio. All right, cool. You go to the club.
They gonna say that after this interview. I guarantee they're gonna be like, that is not touching Georgia. Period.
Who gonna say that?
I don't want to call a name, but I'll make a bet. I bet a friendly 500. Somebody gonna be like, that will not be in Atlanta. I'm telling you.
You really don't know what's going on.
I'm serious.
Yo, no, man. Yo, no.
Them Atlanta. Listen.
And my son, little baby, all them too. How about that?
Which ones?
All of them.
Gunna's chick?
Well, I said I like Gunna. I like Gunna a little bit.
21 Savage. I don't know if he legally got a girl yet. Ask it. All right, come on. Let's move on past this one, man. That's good. See, you trying. By the way,
who's 21 Savage?
Huh?
Who's?
We gotta look at it legal. I think he might be married.
He's married?
Yo, Lotto his girl, man. Nobody just stop playing. Nah.
Lotto his girl?
Stop it, bro. You know he's gonna crash on you.
Who's gonna crash?
Lotto is his chick.
Yo, bro. Why you think 21 Savage is a crash out?
No, I'm not saying.
Not a crash out, bro.
What I'm saying is that
nigga's a country. He's a country as hell.
No, he's not. No, but Lotto's.
That nigga came in New York. No, he was in the hotel somewhere, tucked in away in the hotel, man.
Lotto's his chick, and she's not one of those like.
It is what it is. I don't care about it, man. I don't want to talk about Lotto.
Yeah,
saying for Lotto, she cool.
Wait, what's up with your family? Like, you married now, or what's up?
Well, it did not take long because very, very soon after, 21 Savage would respond to this situation. And he would sound off, even calling out Fivio Foreign directly, F Fivio Foreign. He's like, man, I could leave this F the street stuff behind.
Fivio Foreign, shut your ass up. Stop saying my motherfucking name. Don't think because I'm trying to change that, man, y'all niggas down somewhere, man, straight up. If y'all walking around with a 38, don't say nothing to me about the street, straight up. If y'all 35 or older, and you've been trying to rap since you was goddamn 17, 16, 15, don't say nothing to me about the street. You don't know nothing about the street. You ain't did nothing in the street. Straight up. Y'all keep talking about all this the street shit. Savage this, savage that, savage this. Savage will slap the shit out one of y'all in real life. Y'all know this. Stop motherfucking. Don't think, cause Savage on some positive that is, oh, let's talk about Savage every day. Let's talk about Savage all the, nah, this ain't that. Y'all still get y'all ass whooped. Straight up. Around that bitch looking for clout, man. Old as hell. Poor as a mother. Talking talking about who a street in another state. How the f can you tell a from a whole nother state what they is? You don't even know no. What the hell? Y'all guys been wanting to be rappers y'all whole life. I ain't did nothing in the street. Y'all ain't seen enough in the street to even feel how I feel about the street. That's where the disconnect come in at. I don't give a fuck about what your partners done did. I don't give a fuck about what your hood done did. I'm talking to y'all. Y'all as individuals. Y'all ain't did nothing in the street, so y'all don't have no feelings towards. Y'all ain't cried enough. Y'all ain't lost enough. Straight up. Y'all better stick to rapping, man. Out. Stick a fork in it, bro. Y'all niggas be gangster as a mother. Area 59, man. Remote location, man. I ain't seen y'all in 30 years. Y'all niggas keep trying to take the way out of the words, some shit to make it to go at a distance, cause y'all been wanted, been hating. I don't know what the hell y'all motives be. Y'all acting like y'all want to suck. Always talking about another. Y'all, if I take my belt off, what the fuck wrong with y'all? Everybody tough now. Fivio foreign, shut your up.
I think this was evidence that 21 Savage clearly was just capping for his homie Young Thug, and he was still very involved in the streets. They just wanted to clear up the guy's name in the same way and the same intention that 21 Savage had when he was talking in that leaked phone call to Young Thug, where he was like, listen, man, we already patched up when Gunna told the first time, which was the Crime Stoppers video commercial, where he was identifying all of the details that he had known about the killer of his brother. Sergio Kitchen's brother, Gunna's brother, because he was killed and he was like active in the streets. So he's like, yo, we already cleaned that up. We knew he told then, and then now we can just clean it up again. People just want to know that you approve of Gunna and you're not holding it against him. So 21 Savage is known to stand for his friends more than this whole like street philosophy thing, which hands up to 21 Savage. I'm clapping it up for you. I'm dapping you up. That is a positive. Yeah, sure. Is it hypocritical in the public light? Absolutely. But for you to hold your personal friends and relationships as more important and closer to you than this arbitrary street code that really has not served you for a long time, because that is the reason why you got on, partially. Like, of course, you had the music, but yeah, the street image helped you get on, and that is what carried you for quite a while, because a lot of early 21 Savage music wasn't hitting like that until like the collab album with, not Future was on the album, but the collab album with Metro. But he decides to go in on Fivio 4, and I think this could have been a great example for 21 Savage to say F the streets, where he's just chill, calm, collected, and replying. He's like, man, you're really like pushing 40 years old. I'm younger than you. I lapped you in this music stuff, and you're out here talking about the streets. It's like, this is so immature. We're past that. You know what we meant. Like, holla at me if you've got something. Just to appear, number one, unbothered. Number two, like Fivio Foreign talking to you is just like an ant, which musically speaking and legacy speaking and commercially speaking is true. Although it's not an ant, it's more like a water bug in the summer. So after this, Fivio Foreign seemed like he had baited this whole situation, because he would go on his IG story, and this is how you know he was serious. He didn't misspell a single word. He said, I said what I said. No back and forth with someone who said F the streets. He a B, eat a D. P-U-S-S-Y. I was like, oh, damn, man. Chill. Like, come on, man. We mess with 21. We mess with Fivio too. Except when, well, only when he's dropping good music. And then 21 Savage would say, all the rappers who beat up women think they tough now. Now, I don't know about Fivio Foreign putting hands on chicks, but we know that the reason that he went back to jail was because in his apartment complex, he was driving his whip, and then he pulled out the blick and pointed it at some lady. I don't even know why. That whole situation is insane. I don't know if academics asked him about that. I gotta watch the full interview. But he responds to this 21 Savage story with his own story with a clip from Lotto in their XXL freshman freestyle, which was one of the best freshman freestyles. Like, that's up there or freshman classes, I should say. Like, a lot of those people have held up, and it's been 5+ years since that freestyle. And in that, she says, oh, I might let Fivio hit it, which does not look that good. And Lotto comes out and says, and we know that Lotto has been tight with 21 Savage for forever. It feels like it's never been officially confirmed. And then she says, spoiler alert, it was strictly to go viral. He never effed. Top 5 freshman freestyles 6 years later, though. Clock it. And I don't know about top 5 freshman freestyles, but yeah, like in the clip of a previous video that I did on Fivio Foreign, I was saying that he's got to do something to get motion, and now he's been teasing the track, going at 21. The truth is, for Fivio Foreign, he needs to get hot again, and it's not going to be through some like streamer platforming you. You've got to drop a hit. You've got to do it on your own. All the tools are there. The truth is, Fivio Foreign needs somebody that's either a manager or that knows what they're doing, because he's already lit. He's already had hits in the past. He's already capable of making hits, and he has strong relationships. The fact that he can get a song with TJ and Tory Lanez out is indicative of that. But the fact that most of us don't know that dropped, and the only reason I know that dropped is because I thought, okay, Fivio Foreign must be struggling to promote some music, because why would he just randomly like call out academics like this? Not call him out, but say, is there an issue? Why aren't you supporting me? And then I decide to look it up, which is a step or two that most people aren't even going to take. They're probably just looking at Fivio Foreign and be like, yeah, this guy's begging. He fell off. What's going on with him? And go about their day, because they don't got the time to do that, and they're not interested. And that's why I say Fivio Foreign needs somebody on his side. Like, an academics interview or academics just posting him is not enough. You need to be everywhere. You need to be like ever present now as an artist to stay relevant. I don't think this is the right move for Fivio Foreign, because why invite negative, not just attention, but negative street attention as well, for a market like Atlanta, where a lot of artists like 21 Savage. So that's going to block a lot of potential collaborations, maybe even with producers too, because they're looking at 21 Savage and his network, and they're like, yeah, we don't want to damage this whatsoever by working with Fivio Foreign of all people. Like, Fivio Foreign is not undisputably hot to where it's like, hey man, listen, like, this is hell. I mean, Lil Tecca is hotter than Fivio Foreign, if we're being real. And I don't say that to knock Lil Tecca. I'm saying that as Lil Tecca is not making noise like this, Fivio Foreign trying to sound off, and he's still consistently doing numbers, dropping great music. So whilst I respect Fivio Foreign trying to get into the ring and get back relevant, get some motion going, I don't think the way that he's going about it is the best way. Like, I just don't like him beefing with 21 Savage. I want to know what his issue with 21 Savage is. It could be the whole F the streets thing, but he didn't have to take it that far. And it seems like there's something personal that we're not seeing that I'd like to hear about from this track whenever Fivio Foreign drops it. But really, more than anything else, Fivio Foreign needs to be consistent and drop good music more than beefing. Like, yeah, this is going to get a lot of brief, short-lived attention, because people have kind of moved on from this, or they're waiting for the next step of this. It's not something that they're following closely. And I don't think 21 Savage is going to diss him back, but he did make a point, Fivio Foreign, in that 21 Savage talking crazy that he's going to slap him. That's another thing. When 21 Savage was talking about like, yo, I'm going to slap you, 21 Savage is the same guy that said, oh no, we don't do fights, we don't do hands, I just up the blick. So you yourself are saying you're not putting hands on anybody, and then now you're saying you would slap him. Like, come on, man. Let's be a little consistent. Let's remember what we've said in the past. And there is the whole incident that, I mean, I don't know how credible this incident is. Well, I do know that it happened. Is that 6ix9ine was in the club with 21 Savage, and 21 Savage did nothing to 6ix9ine. People are going to say, well, why would he do something? Well, this was at the time when it sounded like 21 Savage would do something. But yeah, I think 21 Savage is in a unique position too, where he kind of gets pulled back into the street stuff because he feels like, yo, I gotta hold down my reputation here. I can't just get punked, whilst also having a bright enough mind to realize how dumb it all is and how much it does not serve him or people close to him. So it's an interesting and delicate balance that he's trying to hold. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. I think this is entertaining. For me personally, personally, yeah, I want this to continue for my entertainment. But for Fivio Foreign's benefit, if I was Fivio Foreign's mans, if he was my friend, I would just say, I would try to figure out why this issue is happening, and I would tell him that this is not a good business decision. It's really not. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed, and I'm gonna see y'all on the next one.